figure described as the Son of the Most High God, allow thousands of demons to enter a herd of pigs, only for them to throw themselves off a cliff and drown? What really happened on that forgotten hillside in Decapolis? Was this just a dramatic exorcism, or a symbolic act hiding messages that most people never catch? For centuries, this story in the Christian Gospels has been seen as proof of spiritual power. But what if it's actually a sharp critique of religious, political, and even economic systems of that time? What if Jesus wasn't just freeing a man, but dismantling an entire structure built on impurity? And more disturbingly, why did the demons recognize Jesus before any human did? Maybe this isn't just about good versus evil. Maybe it's about control, fear, and resistance to change. The city, after witnessing the miracle, didn't celebrate. They begged Jesus to leave. Think about it. What kind of pigs are we still keeping alive today at the cost of true freedom? If you think this is just another story of light versus darkness, get ready to rethink everything. Because when you uncover the deeper meaning behind this encounter between Jesus and the demons, you'll realize it's one of the most unsettling and symbolic moments in all of Scripture. Topic I: the mystery unfolds. Among the most puzzling accounts in the Bible, the story of the possessed man in Gadara, found in the Gospel of Mark, raises more questions than answers. How could a single man be inhabited by thousands of spiritual entities? And more strangely, why did the demons beg to enter pigs? Why did Jesus let them? On the surface, it seems like a simple exorcism, but it's packed with symbolism, cultural layers, and even political undertones. This episode isn't just about spiritual deliverance. It's a moment saturated with cultural and religious tension. Jesus enters a Gentile region, a territory considered impure by Jewish standards, and faces not just a suffering man, but a system built on what's forbidden. Pigs, for instance, were impure animals according to the Torah. Their presence adds weight to the idea that this wasn't just about one man's torment. It was about confronting a whole worldview. Three core themes begin to emerge from this passage: the value of a single human life, the symbolic nature of spiritual conflict, and the high cost of personal freedom. Jesus represents disruption, while the demons symbolize forces, psychological, systemic, or spiritual, that resist being uprooted. This story opens a complex discussion not just about ancient events, but about the hidden forces shaping our world today. Before diving into spiritual interpretations, it's important to understand where this takes place. Jesus crosses the Sea of Galilee to reach the region of the Gerasenes, a Gentile territory within the Decapolis. This wasn't neutral ground. It was politically tense and culturally distant from Jewish customs. Jesus was stepping into a land of foreign gods, unclean practices, and economic structures built on the forbidden, namely pigs. It was a deliberate confrontational move. The possessed man himself is disturbing. He lives among tombs, a place considered ritually unclean, and displays erratic, violent behavior. But he also represents something deeper: complete social rejection. In Greek and Roman mythology, we find similar figures: outcasts who live among the dead, tormented by invisible forces. This man is a symbol of what happens when society fails to heal what it fears. Even before the demons speak, the narrative is saturated with psychological and cultural tension. As Jesus approaches, the man runs toward him, falls to his knees, and cries out. But the words aren't really his. "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God?" the voice says. In ancient traditions, knowing and declaring someone's name implied spiritual power. The demons aren't just pleading, they're trying to gain leverage. And in the background, a herd of pigs feeds nearby, setting the stage for what's to come. When Jesus asks for the entity's name, the answer is chilling: legion. This word isn't random. It refers to a Roman military unit of around 6,000 soldiers. The man isn't just possessed, he's occupied. The metaphor is powerful: a human soul overrun by organized, oppressive, militarized forces. In this light, the demons could represent more than just spirits. They echo systems of control. Even more telling is their fear of the abyss, described elsewhere as a prison for fallen spirits. The demons beg not to be sent there. Instead, They ask to enter pigs, impure animals according to Jewish law, revealing their desperation to remain active in the material world. It's not about comfort, it's about survival. And strangely, Jesus permits it, opening a new layer of symbolism. It's a shocking moment. The demons enter the pigs, and the entire herd charges off a cliff and drowns. Why would Jesus allow this? One possible answer: to make the invisible visible. The townspeople could now see what had been tormenting the man. A dramatic, even violent visualization of what had been hidden within him. But there's also a cultural critique embedded here. The pig industry, forbidden in Jewish law, was a central part of the region's economy. By allowing the pigs to be destroyed, Jesus may have been challenging a system built on impurity. The message: no economy is more important than human dignity. But not everyone liked that message. The aftermath is just as unsettling. The man, once feared, is now calm, clothed, and rational. But instead of rejoicing, the townspeople beg Jesus to leave. His presence and the cost of the miracle disrupted their sense of order. In their eyes, keeping their pigs was safer than facing the truth. Better the demons, you know. Jesus refuses the man's request to follow him and instead commissions him to return to his home and share what happened. He becomes the first messenger of transformation in the Decapolis. A man once discarded by society now becomes a voice of clarity and healing. What society rejected, the story redeems and sends back to spark change. This story raises a rarely explored question. What if demons aren't just mythological creatures, but metaphors for systems, addictions, or inner traumas? Invisible forces that dominate, distort, and paralyze. Their recognition of Jesus symbolizes a confrontation with truth, something that reveals and disarms. The fear of the abyss speaks to extinction, not of beings, but of influence. Jesus crossing a storm to reach one man carries powerful symbolism. In ancient narratives, the sea represents chaos, and crossing it symbolizes heroic transformation. His action suggests that no soul is too far gone, not even one exiled among the dead. Similar themes appear in Greek myths where heroes descend into the underworld to rescue the lost. This is a rescue mission with cosmic weight. Another key lesson is that freedom is messy. It doesn't always come peacefully. Sometimes it dismantles everything. The death of the pigs illustrates this. When we break from what's impure or destructive, the fallout can seem chaotic. But that chaos often marks the beginning of actual liberation. Cutting ties with harmful habits isn't pretty. It's necessary. And here's the uncomfortable part. Don't send the change away. After witnessing the miracle, the townspeople beg Jesus to leave. They would rather keep the pigs, their comfort, habits, profits, than embrace the disruption that comes with transformation. The story is blunt. The demons weren't the scariest part. The cost of healing was. Finally, your story matters. The man who was freed asks to follow Jesus, but instead, he's sent back to his community to share what happened. He becomes the first messenger in Decapolis. No title, no training, just a testimony. Across mythologies and belief systems, personal experience remains one of the most powerful tools of influence. Your change might just be someone else's breakthrough. So now the question is yours. What are the pigs in your life that you keep feeding? Even though they're housing your worst demons? What systems, habits, or comforts are you holding on to just because change feels too disruptive? Maybe the real shock of this story isn't the exorcism, but the fact that freedom came at a price, and people weren't ready to pay it. This isn't just ancient history, it's a mirror. And whether you read this as myth, metaphor, or historical account, the deeper message is hard to ignore. Real transformation threatens everything that thrives in darkness, including what we've learned to call normal. So before you scroll away, take a second to reflect. What would it cost you to get free? And more importantly, are you willing to lose what's familiar to gain what's true? If this made you think, question, or see the story in a new way, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We explore hidden meanings behind ancient texts, mythologies, and forgotten histories, always with sharp analysis and no bias. Your next paradigm shift might just be in the next video.